Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's Rick. This is Dota Underlords. Was a little disappointed with my last video, so I wanted to make another one that wasn't playing against a bunch of bots and that wasn't on easy. And the second problem is they completely overhauled the entire game after like they released a major balance patch like the day after I released my video, which means all the strategy stuff I talked about was pretty much irrelevant. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start a real game and go right into multiplayer. I'm gonna try and talk about the alliances in between as they come up, and what has changed and what has not changed. When you're fighting bots and you go into that menu, it pauses the game. When you're playing players, it doesn't. So my intention is to find some of that downtime where I can talk about it. The downside is we're at the whim of players. We can get some, their potential for emotes and stuff. This is not what I'm particularly looking for. I think we're gonna start with a Bat Rider. Trolls haven't changed much, but they did bump Troll Warlord up to 5, which is a lot harder to get. But Bat Rider is also part of Knights. We'll see if anybody else is going Trolls or Knights right off the bat. It doesn't look like it. We'll watch for a second, or for whatever we get second round, and see what's fitting best. Nothing particularly that I want. I think I'm gonna go with Brooch the Martyr. Extra damage, or extra mana from getting hit. That's fine. Nothing I'm super excited about again. You know what, we're gonna grab that. May go a different direction. Doesn't look like anybody has any warlocks current. Oh, never mind. I lied. This guy's actually got the full bloodbound bonus. So we'll probably trade those in here. That was fully me not paying attention and not seeing that somebody else was grabbing him. One note that changed here, the alliance bonuses, all are pretty much tied down. I mean, I guess we can still go Knights. We've got the stuff for Knights here. Nobody else is really pulling that direction. We don't have the stuff for it right now. But Knights are mostly higher tier anyway. So while this last one's going, I'll pull up season info quick. So I'm talking about Knights. Basically they get the introduction. They're great frontline for Trolls. Shadow Shaman and Witch Doctor are the lower tier, but Troll Warlord's a 5, so it's a lot harder to get. They added a passive bonus on if you have Troll Synergy going, which is nice. That one could be good. We go Trolls. Let's grab that. At absolute worst, it's mediocre. Nobody else is really pulling for Trolls right now, so we'll see. Chaos Knight. We'll give him this because he actually has a good ability. Give him that. I'm not actually expecting to use this Ogre Mage. It's basically just until we get some Knights and Trolls going, which is kind of still where I'm leaning. I'm sure there's somebody else here with a few Trolls. Yeah, like this guy's got a Shaman. That's okay. First real fight. Looks like we've got just Savage He's doing pretty basic stuff. We may be able to win this. We should be able to win this. There we go. Did he have a Warlock bonus? No, he did not. He was just getting 3 Savages. So we really... we've got 2 Knights. We could use a better frontliner. Chaos Knights and Bat Riders are both more offensive. So we just got Shadow Shaman and Abaddon, which is perfect. We're going to toss these Ogre Mage our way and see how that works. Abaddon's really good because it has 10 armor base, and its special gives a shield. Chaos Knight is a ranged attack that just does extra damage. This guy also hits our Shaman bonus, so when people start attacking him, they're going to get turned into a chicken. So it's... even if this only affects 1 unit at this point, that's a good brief problem for them to have, getting turned into a chicken. Okay. Luna gets us the rest of our night bonus.
The cruel bite of my blade will teach them.
We'll level up and pull that out. Enemies adjacent, or allies adjacent to trolls get an attack speed bonus, so that's good for Luna. And we've got 4 knights, which means we're getting that 20% bonus, and they're in a block. So, pretty good. Defensively, should be. The big problem is going to be whether we can do enough damage to get past this healer. There we go. Okay, let's see what other people are doing quick here. So that's me. This guy's going warriors and brawn, just really basic frontline, strong frontline. We'll just let that roll. We're doing okay so far. This guy's just got warriors so far with a warlock. I'm not sure what he's going for there. I would have put a Venomancer in instead of one of those warriors personally. Probably instead of the assassin, actually. I feel like it's worth it. Let's see how we're doing here. Our Chaos Knight got thrown. I think that's okay. We're doing pretty well. I'm feeling comfortable still. This guy's going Demon Hunter, but he doesn't have his Terror Blade yet. So he's kind of... oh, never mind. He's kind of going Elusive Druid and happens to have the Demon Hunter. That's fine. This guy's got Bloodbound, but nothing else cohesive coming together yet. I'm definitely okay with that. They did power Bloodbound up a bit. But they're not super scurry because the 2 units in question are pretty squishy. Which actually is not great for our units. We don't have a lot of damage yet. But we also have all 1-stars, and we're doing pretty well, so I'm not going to complain too much. I'm going to actually do a little roll here, because we're starting to see a lot of 2-star units. We have a really strong synergy, but they have stronger individual units currently, which I think we're going to lose this one. Yep. all the more reason for us to be rolling a little bit. Because, yeah, we really need to get 2s of at least our low tier stuff. Now, a few losses early in the game are not going to bother me in the least. There we go. What? No. There. So, Bat Rider's the weakest unit we've got. It's just the connecting point between our synergies. But right now we've got enough units that we can do... that we can hit our milestones without it. We'll want it back in when we get higher, but we're fine where we're at. Again, they've got more high tier units. It's going to happen. It's early game. We're having trouble getting pairs. Once we start getting pairs, we should be fine. Nobody else is currently in knights or trolls. Oh, wait, no, we got one guy down here who's got a couple knights. But he doesn't have anything at tier 2 yet. So I think if we can find a few more, we'll be okay. We may take a couple hits on the way. It happens. We're still middle of the pack. We're not low yet. Oh, this is a neutral round. We should be fine for this one, I think. They added the stuff for this neutral round. Basically, they get a armor bonus. They're pretty scary and annoying, but they're good against physical damage, which unfortunately is what we've got a lot of. But we're very resilient also. Our knights are taking those damage bonuses, or the damage reduction. Those are not great for me. Guess we'll get that and put it on here. Let's see, that one's from taking damage, that one's from dealing damage. Let's swap those out here. Tier 2 Bat Rider, we'll swap that for... I think. Do that or Chaos Knight. I feel like that's probably... Well, let's check here. Yeah, we probably should have swapped Chaos Knight. I don't want to risk it now because the clock was ticking, and if I misclicked, it could be bad. That, switching that item over, I should have done that earlier. Switching Bridge of the Martyr over to, Omni Knight would have been better. His special is healing, so having him take damage and then get that bonus would have been good. He also has a high armor, much like the Abaddon. Thank God. We're gonna let the timer roll down. So we get our interest. Multiples of 10 give you the interest bonuses. And again, now we're starting to stabilize here a little bit. And the fact that we're pairing stuff off is very good. Probably should... No, Chaos Knight actually pulled his weight that time. Chaos Knight's not a... Like, he's in our front line because he's a melee attacker, but he's not a good frontliner. Really, our best frontliners, our defensive frontliners are Abaddon and Omni Knight. Nice. Okay. So that combination here we're getting is attack speed bonuses from Bat Rider, Omni Knight heals, shields from Abaddon. Pretty well rounded. And we're back on top. Again, just gotta get your pairs. Watch what other people are doing, adjust accordingly. I do think we want to do this, though. The reason I say that, so this is gonna take Chaos Knight. These two are both the center squares. So putting Chaos Knight here means a lot of times he was gonna be the one tanking. We don't want him to be on point tank. This forces Abaddon and Omni Knight to always be the front center. And means that he's more likely to survive to dish out that damage. I also put the Shadow Shaman more towards the center because he's got that protection where he's going to get, where when people hit him, there's a chance they'll turn into chickens. This is going to be close. That's a level 4 unit, so there's a chance we're going to die still. Yeah, tie. That's really unfortunate, but better than losing. We don't take any damage, but we don't get any bonuses for winning streak or losing streak. Based on where our gold's at, we can probably afford like one roll. I'm okay with that. We'll wait until, well, no, it doesn't matter. We can always sell stuff if we need, if we're getting close to a milestone on money. I'm not expecting to get, like, all of those are already at 2s. We're getting a lot of Shadow Shaman, so there's a pretty good odds that it's gonna come through here. And we've got our 2 extra Omni Knights. There's a decent chance we'll get a 3 before the day's out. I'm not expecting to get Witch Doctor maxed out, probably, or Bat Rider for that matter. Hey, Dog and Pony Show. These guys are going to jump over, so we want to put our stronger units in back. Or our front line in the back, back line in the front, which is what we did. If we can get an Omni Knight 3, that's pretty solid. The scary part with this Shaman Pluck is there's no actual timing on it. It's just a straight 12% chance of any unit attacking. So if he gets attacked by 3 different units, there's a chance all of them get turned into chickens.
Ow! 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 Yo.
I hate the emotes in this game. I don't think there's a way to turn them off. We're gonna take Mask of Madness and put it on Luna when she comes back in. And eventually probably transfer it over to Troll Warlord. I really don't want to spend the money on this right now. You know what? Let's put it on Bat Rider. See what happens. We're at 30. I want to keep getting money. We're actually looking like we're a little behind on money right now, which could be because we have, you know, some good tier 2s on our bench. So I don't think I've talked about... Never mind. Yeah, we're gonna lose this. Druids are scary, and he has a bear. The bear is pretty much one of the is easily the most powerful summon. It's very scary, and apparently it makes him do extra damage, which is weird to me still. So I hadn't talked about the Witch Doctor. He gets a stun, which is really fun. He's not great other than that, but it's pretty solid. I get it switched in time. I did. Perfect. So the reason we put this on her is because it silences you. She doesn't have an activated ability, which means silence doesn't actually affect her. She just keeps attacking. She just gets the attack speed and lifesteal bonuses without having to lose any damage. Which Batrider has damage boosting. Oh hey, I didn't even notice that that had the... Neat. Okay, so these guys all have the same range. We'll just put them all in a row. We'll put the Batrider on the end in case something comes in. And we'll put this next to him because we want those two next to each other for pairs. Knights get extra defense bonuses when they're adjacent. Perfect. I was hoping the Slark would turn into a chicken there, and it did. Fortunately, it was not enough. They have a really solid... Slarks are scary. That's basically what it comes down to. And our units didn't turn around. At this point... Whew. Okay, that hurt. We're doing okay still. I mean, we're still up towards the top. It looks like this is a pretty rough game in general, as far as damage output goes. It's fluctuated a bit. There's nobody that's still... Sometimes you'll run into games where there's still people over 80 at this point, over 90. Apparently people are upgrading stuff right now. We could upgrade stuff, or we could just let it ride. I think we're gonna let it ride one more time. Oh, that's not good. I just saw Slark go by at the top that they got leveled up. So, Arc Warden's one of the things they upgraded, or that they changed significantly. It actually is a lot scarier than it used to be. When the duplicate dies, they just make a new one instantly. Does that have big time contract? Oh my gosh, that's terrifying. So big time contract means that the Arc Warden, all of the Arc Warden duplicates are getting the bonus from... Oh my gosh, every time we kill one of them, all the other things get stronger. That's terrifying. I'm not sure we can beat that, honestly. Like, that's a stupidly powerful combo. It's not gonna hurt to roll a little, but I want to keep saving money for the time being. Once we get that interest going... Oh, I forgot to switch it up for this. So the trick with these guys are when you kill one of them, the other one gets way stronger as Bloodbound. You don't want to do what I just did there. You want to kill one of them and have the other one at very low health already. We may get lucky here. Okay. But it was like literally one more hit. So ideally what you do for that round, like you swap them for the wolves at 20. You split it between the other ways. So there's half on one side, half on the other. Okay. Let it ride. About... I think we may just be falling behind on our pairings. We've still got 3 level 1s. We've got a really good synergy setup. We're doing really well in that regard. But I haven't found a single Abaddon, Chaos Knight, or Luna to pair up. I'm gonna let it finish counting. That's really annoying. I'm gonna go ahead and... We're probably gonna lose this one, but we're gonna get our Knight synergy maxed out after this. And get a Dragon Knight. Both of which are good things. Clear room on the bench, swap the man, swap the Chaos Knight back out. I don't feel like we're gonna get Bat Rider soon, so let's get a second Luna so we can get it up to 2. At this point, getting those 1s out of there are way more important than getting a Bat Rider 3. Of course. Yeah, the thing we really... So we either need to get 1 Omni Knight, 1 Luna, 1 Chaos Knight. All of those will go a really long way. More than one of them would be even better. We're also at level 8, which means we can get level 5s. And if we get the option for a Troll Warlord, that's going in immediately. Whatever it takes. Troll Warlords deal a lot of damage, and more importantly, getting that Troll Alliance gives all of our allies 30 attack speed bonus, and our Trolls are just gonna get really powerful at that point. Base Golden Interest, still getting plenty of money. That balance... We're at the point right now where we need to start balancing how much we're rolling. I think that 3 interest is probably enough. We can find one. We didn't find a single unit that matched. Again, sometimes you just get to that point and I accidentally clicked on the level up button. That's really unfortunate. So we lost our one gold off interest too. Yeah, these call me Andrews. I think he's the one who had the Slark that killed us last time. I think the problem is he actually has. Does he not have it? Okay, no. I'm not sure where he's getting that. I guess he just has a decent front line. Let's see. To start. That's honestly the one I wanted least out of those. That's good. That's good. I don't think we're gonna get that. I want to leave room. Like at this point, I'm not aiming for 3s on anything except Omni Knight. And then we're gonna stick him right in the middle. This is the one where you want to be all on one side, ideally. The less you split up, the better. So the bears, when you kill one of them, it becomes a problem. These guys, when you kill one of, or you want to focus all down on one first because they have evasion. And so you're either taking damage from one of them or two of them. You may as well be taking damage from one and letting it while the other one hits you in the back. You may lose a unit, but the more you focus on one unit there, the better. I want that really badly, but I don't feel like it's... We gotta take it. I mean, it's so good for Troll Warlord if we can get one. Unfortunately, it's not great until we get a Troll Warlord. Right now, you know what? I'm gonna try it here. Let's try that. I'm gonna let that roll over. We can get our interest. This is a stupid line of assassins. This is ridiculous. That's was the top guy here. Like, it's possible to beat that still, but it's rough. Okay. And we're getting to the point where RNG matters. We really need to get these units paired off. I'm also going to pull back here.
The spoils of war.
Here we go. Got greedy. Okay, so this is the top tier guy. Let's see if we can pull this off. It looks like he's pretty straightforward, but I think we're just gonna get horribly murdered by this level 3 Venomancer. Yeah. And we're dead. But honestly, like, we got out in 5th. But we did pretty well. We had a pretty solid team. And considering the item drops and the rolls we were getting for stuff, we didn't end up with even all level 2. Well, we finally got our last like level 2 primary. We didn't get a Troll Warlord. We didn't get any 3s. We didn't pull, you know, Omni Knight. We didn't pull Shadow Shaman. it happens. But overall, I feel like that was a pretty good game. So yeah, real quick here, since I didn't really get a chance to talk through some of the changes. I'd say the biggest changes they did, let's see, actually we're going to go here. Tidehunter is now a warrior instead of a hunter, and he's 4 instead of 5. They lowered his damage output and stuff appropriately to make it work. Arc Warden is one of the big ones, which I talked about with the duplicate. Medusa got bumped up, and Troll Warlord got bumped up to 5. Let's see here. What was the other one? Lycan is no longer a warrior. He's a hunter instead, so Lycan changed places with Tidehunter on that front. Which makes, in my opinion, makes the warrior frontline a little weaker, because I really liked having Lycan in there. And that means you don't get the like top tier warriors. There's no warriors on 3. It's all, or the 2 top ends are 4s and 5 for Troll Warlord. Yeah, most of the other stuff they changed is overall stuff with alliances. Scrappy's the big one they changed. They made it a 3 tier instead of just having 2 3s. So if you can get 4 of them, they're actually really solid now, where they used to be a lot weaker. They also bumped these 2 from level 1s to level 3s and leveled their stuff up appropriately. So, I mean, like, he's actually got armor now, which gets really good. And, I mean, he used to be really mediocre frontliner, and now he's really strong. Especially because he gets Inventor and Scrappy bonuses for HP regen. The other big one they changed is Primordial slows instead of completely negating attacks, but it's really solid still. And they actually lowered Razor down from a 3 to a 1 to accommodate it. Venomancer got bumped down from a 3 to a 1, and I think Sand King got taken up from a 3 to a 4. And they both got adjusted appropriately, so this guy was too powerful, this guy was too weak. They kind of adjusted it appropriately. But yeah, most of the rest of them are close to the same as they were the last video I put up. There's a few other minor adjustments. I'd say overall, Razor going down really weakened mages. Mages can still be really strong if you get all of them, but that being lowered really hurts. Everything else, overall, I don't feel like any of the other alliances really got hurt by it, except maybe Warriors a little bit. But again, I don't think that's necessarily a bad change, because having Lycan as a warrior may have been a bit powerful. And actually having it as a hunter is really cool, because you get that extra attack chance. And his wolves get that too. So yeah. That's another round of Dota Underlords, and a much more realistic portrayal of what that game is. Hopefully that gives you a better idea. I don't claim to be an expert on this. I do pretty well, but sometimes, you know, I'm not the best by any means. So take my advice with a grain of salt, but hopefully you are at least enjoying it, and hopefully if you're watching, you may be interested in trying it out. It is free to play, or maybe learn something if you already play. If you did enjoy it, give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you like this, there's a pretty good chance you'll like Slay the Spire. I've got some Hearthstone tutorials. It's actually more similar than it might seem. And a lot of other things as far as tactical combat goes, which, again, may not seem like it should match up, but, you know, some stuff like XCOM actually has a lot of the same planning and logic behind it. Hopefully you enjoyed. Leave a comment if you have any questions or suggestions. And catch you next time.